The first card you have for your past is the Sun. So yeah, obviously this is a beautiful, positive card. I'm actually seeing a few different things in this card. I think, yeah, I'm seeing something literally. I'm seeing this literally. I think there's a child. I think there might be a child in your life, a recent birth maybe. I don't know whose child this is. It might be yours, someone else's. I don't know. It's something, it's a family thing, some family connection to you. And I think maybe you might not have actually seen them yet, or you might not have visited them yet, or it might be that you're feeling as if you should have been seeing more of them. It might be something like that. There's this feeling of kind of missing out, and this feeling that you're kind of, or you were kind of missing out on some things. Not everything, but just some things. And you know, I think I'm seeing this kind of missing thing. So I'm also seeing that someone might have actually forgotten to tell you something, or forgotten to tell you a date or a time, and you kind of missed out on visiting. It might be about this child, or it might be family, or it might be, you know, visiting them and family, I don't know. But it's something like that. There's something like you misheard something, or someone gave you the wrong time or something. And also I think, you know, you've been really, really busy as well. You know, you've been very busy with work. You had a lot of pressure around you. I can see that. I'm seeing someone actually pressuring you. Someone might be expecting a lot from you. And this might be family as well, or it might be someone you're in a relationship with. It's someone who's close to you. I don't think they meant to put pressure on you. I think they do care about you, this person, but you really did feel this pressure, because I think you just had pressure coming from all different directions at this time. And I think, you know, you were trying to carve out some time to, you know, see this child or whatever, family around them or whatever it was, and to do all these other things as well. But, you know, I think if you haven't been able to visit or do this thing, you will be able to do that very, very soon. Now, I don't want you to feel guilty about this. If this is a new child that's born, or if it's family around something like that, or a birthday or a child's birthday, if it's something like that and you're feeling guilty about missing something, please don't feel guilty about that, because I think there was something that was not told to you, or someone gave you the wrong time. I keep on seeing that. So that isn't your fault. It doesn't mean that, you know, you don't feel bad. I know that. And also you were under a lot of pressure, very, very busy, so you might have forgotten. And I don't think it's your fault. I keep on saying it's not your fault, and I think someone might be putting pressure on you, or they might have been around that as well as other things. And they're just adding to you forgetting things, because they're putting more pressure on you, and then you kind of forget more things. That's what I'm seeing there. I mean, I know this is a positive card, and I know people often say, oh, you have a positive card and you turn it into a negative card. I don't mean to do that. I don't. This is just what I see. So the other thing I'm seeing in this card is a positive thing. So yay. This is a breakthrough between you and someone else. And I think this is someone who you haven't been in contact with for a long, long time. It's like a mini breakthrough. It's not a huge breakthrough. I don't think it happened at this time, and it might not have quite happened yet. I think they're working their way toward coming to connect with you, and you are kind of doing the same. And with anything like that, with any manifestation like that, it starts first with feelings, then it starts with thoughts, then it ends with action. And this can be a process. This can be kind of little feelings, little thoughts, and then little actions, tiny little things leading to a connection. So this is going to happen slowly. And I think that you have been thinking about this person a lot, a very, very, very lot, a very, very lot, doesn't even make sense, a lot. You've been thinking about them a lot. And I think you've been sensing intuitively that they've been thinking about you. And if that's what you've been wondering, I think you're right about that. They have been thinking about you. The other thing I'm seeing about this connection, now this might sound a bit strange, and I don't know if I'm going to make sense here, and I don't want to upset people either, but I think this person who you're thinking of, or who you were thinking of, and I think you still are, I think they have a link to someone who isn't around anymore. This is someone who is not on this earth anymore. They're a non-physical being. They are not here. So they passed on. This person who you're thinking about has a connection to this other person who, you know, you will not see again on this earth. So that means that this person has a big connection to you through that other person. So I don't know if that's going to resonate with you, but I had to say that that's what I was seeing. So I hope it gets to the right person. So yeah, that's a big link between you, but you have other big links between you as well. So yeah, that's just what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to you. So the next card you have for your past is the Three of Cups. So yeah, I think, yeah, again, there's a celebration, or there was a celebration around this child. It might have been, again, this birth of a child, or it might have been a child's birthday, some kind of family celebration. And I think you really felt as if you're on the outside looking in. Now, you know, you shouldn't have felt like that. Again, I'm getting this feeling that other people should have included you more, or recognized you more, or they should have remembered to tell you something and you forgot and then you missed something. That's what I keep on seeing, this outside looking in on the celebrations. Now again, please don't blame yourself. I keep on seeing that you do feel quite guilty. There's some guilt around this, and again, a lot of pressure around you as well. Now I think you will get to see more of this child, or whoever this is, or this family. You will carve out some time. You'll rectify all of that. And I just want you to know as well that they're not upset with you. They're not angry with you. I think they understand. But there is someone who is putting this pressure on you. So I hope that makes sense. But just know it's not your fault, and just know that they understand, and you know that you will get to see them, or you will get to see more of them. Now, again, in this card, I'm seeing this connection between you and this person again, because I'm seeing three people in this card. You, this person you're thinking of, and this person that is non-physical, not on the earth. Three people. You were connected once. You probably had a lot of really fun times together once, like these women who were celebrating. You had a very fun, very kind of carefree time when you were with them in the past. Now, yeah, again, I'm seeing you're definitely going to connect with them again. You're definitely going to see them at some time in the future, and I think you do know that. And yeah, again, when you were with this person, life was a lot less serious. It was a lot more fun. There was less pressure on you, less pressure on them. And now I think what's happened is you've just grown up. You just have more responsibilities, and so do they. So when you meet them, yeah, it's going to be positive. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be very good. But they're different and you're different. So if you're thinking of all these memories and you're remembering that, and you kind of have this idea in your mind, oh, when I meet with them again, it's going to feel like this, it's going to be like that. It's going to be good, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be different. You're both older, or you're both more responsible, or you just have more, responsibilities in your life. So it is going to be very, very different. So just know that. I'm just seeing that I just feel as if I need to remind you of that. So the last card you have your past is the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, again, you've been really busy in your work. And, these are really positive cards, all of these. There have been a lot of, you've had a lot of positive events happening around you. Some of them you did take part in. You didn't miss out on everything. But there were some important ones that I think you felt that you missed out on. Now, you have been working hard, and I think you knew that you had to sacrifice some of your kind of family time or leisure time or time spent with your loved ones to enable you to do this work. For one, you had a lot of financial obligations. What's an obligation? Obligations. And I don't know why I'm tongue-tied. So yeah, you had a lot of financial obligations. You had a lot of things you had to, a lot of responsibilities. I keep on feeling this pressure and these responsibilities. And not only that, I think you're also working on an extra business or extra career on top of that, and you're trying to progress that, trying to move forward with that. So you had a lot on. Now, if you're worried that you're not going to get to the end of this, or you're not going to see any results, this card's telling me that you will. This is like the abundance after the hard work. So you have that on this card. And you also have the Three of Cups, which is also about an abundance, a harvest, coming through, finishing off, and, having that abundance and that great financial reward after that. So you will have this. You will have this. It is going to pay off. It really is. Also, I'm seeing in this card that make sure that you find balance between family or your loved ones and this work. I know it's been very difficult for you to do, and I kind of don't want to say that to you because I don't want to put more pressure on you and say, oh, I'm also getting pressure from there now. I'm getting pressure from a tarot reader. I've got pressure from family and friends and this and work. Don't give me that as well. But I know it's not going to be easy, but you are going to have to find some kind of balance, because I'm just looking at this woman on this card, and there's a house. It's on the right hand side and it's on the horizon and it's behind her. She has her back to this house. Now, home is, where your family is, where your loved ones are. So that's what that's saying to me. It's saying, you're going to have these rewards, you're going to have financial rewards, but are you going to be far away from your loved ones? And are you going to have to be away from them and sacrifice that to get that? And no, you shouldn't have to. You can have it all if you want to. You just have to try and balance out your time and carve that out. And maybe that's what that person's putting pressure on you about. So I'm sorry if they are. I don't mean to put that on you as well. So the first card you have for your present is the Two of Cups. So, right. This is this person who you're thinking of. Look how connected you are. And you know that. You know you're connected to them. They know they're connected to you. You know them really, really, really well. And you used to know them really well. And again, they're linked to you. They are linked to you, and they are linked to a whole different life that you used to have, a more carefree life, an easier life. And it's a life that you kind of have in your kind of imagination. So you're imagining, you're thinking of these memories of this person, and you're having feelings about remembering them, and it's all really, really amazing. And they're thinking that about you as well. So really it's almost like, this is really strange when I tell you what I'm seeing. It's like this feeling of springtime. It's like when it's springtime and you wake up and the sun's up, it's not winter anymore, and maybe you hear birds and you're like, oh, it's springtime. You have this kind of light feeling. That's what I'm getting around these feelings. So you're feeling that, they're feeling that, but you're feeling this lightness. They are as well when they're remembering you, but you do have a very deep connection. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have for your present is the Fool. Okay, so again, you want to connect with this person. I'm seeing that again. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm seeing in this card. This is really, you do want to connect with them. It is about them as a person, and you do miss them. You do want to be with them. It is them that it's about. But it's also about something else. So I hope this is going to make sense. I'll try and tell you what I'm seeing. And I hope you don't get angry. So I think part of the reason why you want to connect with them, whether you realize this or not, it might be in your subconscious, I don't know, might have a lot to do with this pressure that you're feeling, pressure that you're under, and you might want to escape from that, and you might see this person and the memories of this person as an escape from the pressure that you're under right now. Now, it's not the whole reason, but it might be part of the reason why. It's like you feel like you need to escape from this pressure and these memories of a nicer time and no worries, and this person's in it, and you're kind of, oh, if only I can see them again, or feel that feeling again. I won't have that pressure again. So, this connection is going to be positive, and you know that. But what I'm seeing here is it's not going to give you that escape. What I mean by that is if you do escape, if you do just walk off and escape and do that and kind of leave your worries behind, you're not going to leave them behind. They're going to be with you. The feelings are still going to be there. You might be able to escape from them for a little while, but you won't be able to for forever. You'll bring them with you. It's like wherever you go, your problems come with you unless you address them. So this is, go and do your thing, meet with this person, do all these great things, whatever, have a great time with them. But don't forget what's behind you, and don't forget addressing what's behind the feeling of wanting to escape, if that makes sense. If you just run away without addressing these problems, it's not going to work at all. And look at this dog. That's what this dog is doing in this card. He's trying to remind this man of what he's leaving behind and not to forget about it. So I don't know if this applies to you, it might not, but this is what I'm seeing here. And I think this is an important point that I wanted to address. So hopefully it will, resonate with you or someone anyway. So the last card you have your present is Judgment. Yeah, this is actually quite heavy again. Yeah, there's a lot in this. Yeah, so I'm seeing this person who's putting you under some pressure. And yeah, I'm seeing this pressure everywhere, really. And I think they might be putting pressure on you, and they might be saying, well, if only you do this, if only you see more of me, if only you'd be able to do this, la 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 la. And they're putting all this pressure on you. I've got to tell you that they have a part to play in this as well. They have a part to play in this. It's not all you. It's not all you. And it's not all them either. Nobody's all bad or all good. It's a mixture of that. And yeah, this person who pressures you, I just think what they're doing is they're kind of snowballing the situation. Again, it's not all them, it's not all you. But what I'm seeing is this person pressures you, and the more they do that, the worse you feel around them. You don't get this good feeling around them. So then as a result of that, what happens is you want to spend less time around them, and then it kind of snowballs, because then, they put more pressure on you to see them, and then you feel less like seeing them. And it's kind of going on and on like that. That's what I'm seeing. So again, address this thing, address what's putting pressure on you, address the feeling, address all of that. You might have to have a talk with this person. You might have to have several talks with this person. Something has to happen so that you address whatever's pressuring you. And I know it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy talk. But I think this has to be done. I think this needs to be resolved. The only way you're going to kind of release this pressure and feel any kind of escape at all, or getting away from this or moving forward, is by addressing the problem. And I think you're going to have to have a talk to be able to do that. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling. I don't mean to do that. So yeah, the first card you have for your future is Temperance. So here we are. Look at how serious this angel is in this Temperance card. Very, very serious. They're concentrating quite a lot. So they're doing something quite difficult. And the result of doing this difficult thing and this concentration and everything like that is that they're going to be able to move forward or fly up into the sky, rise up, get to where they want to go. So again, have this conversation with this person. When you've done that, it might not work straight away. You might have to have a few conversations, or I don't know, you might have to do something, but address this with them. And that's how you're going to move up out of this. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the next card you have for your future is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you're probably going to have several, or you're going to have several conversations with this person who's pressuring you. Yeah, and you're going to have this conversation as well, or more than one. You're not going to be able to avoid this. I'm seeing it's going to happen. They might start it, you might start it, or it might be something that triggers it. It might be an incident, or it might be an argument. Something is going to trigger this, and it's going to happen. Now, there are several conversations that are going to happen, I think, because I'm looking at this wheel and it's kind of turning around clockwise, and each time it turns around and it reaches the top, there's a Sphinx at the top holding up a sword. So they're going to have their guard up when you first have these talks with them. They're going to have their guard up. They're going to be quite defensive. They're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to say, but it's your fault. It's not my fault. I don't want to hear this. All of that kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing there. But eventually they'll soften and they'll come around and they'll listen to you. And you will eventually come to some kind of conclusion. There is going to be closure. You are going to be able to move on because of that. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard work, like this Temperance angel there. There's going to be a lot of hard work. It's not going to be easy, but you are going to get there. You really are. So yeah, the last card you have for your future is the Hermit. So yeah, I think this might be, yeah, this is probably summing up everything I think that's in this reading. Yeah, it's a bit like completion, the completion of the Fool card. This is really like if you look at the Fool card and you look at the Hermit card, one is like the grown-up version of the other one. So it's like the Fool's like the version who wants to escape and run away and do all these silly things without thinking. The Hermit is like someone who wants to move forward and push forward with all of the knowledge. They're more grown up, they're older. So what I'm seeing is, because of this conversation that you're going to have, you won't feel like escaping anymore. You're going to push forward, you're going to be on your own, you're going to do your own thing, but you're going to do this in a more measured, more sensible way, and you're going to feel much more at ease with yourself. You're going to feel much stronger about yourself, much wiser, much better, because you have had this conversation. So that's what's going to happen. So you're going to move forward by yourself. That doesn't mean you're going to move on from this person. You're not going to have, you're not going to distance yourself. You're not going to, if this is a relationship, you're not going to break up or anything like that. I don't think it is a relationship. I think this might be some family connection, but I can't be sure about that. But this person who's putting pressure on you, you know, you are going to be able to move forward from them. You're not going to separate from them. You're just going to be much smarter, much wiser about this, and you're going to move forward in your own way with this wisdom. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to you, or at least to someone.